Ladies and gentlemen, we're kicking off the show backstage. Dr. Karn talking to Tsunami and Johnny Kamikaze. And he says, guys, Titus Valentine is in a bad way after last week. He says the doctors have told him he can't wrestle for 6 weeks. Which obviously means he isn't going to be able to wrestle for us at Battle Lines. Oh dear, what are you going to do, Crusade? Johnny Kamikaze says, damn it. You know, I would be saying damn it as well. And Dr. Karn says, we need to look at the options and decide what we're going to do. Let's sort it out now, and I'll address the fans later this evening.
Everyone around me, no one seems to care. I'm just so far gone and nothing's gonna change. I'll never be the same. It's always do this, do that, everything they want to. I don't wanna live that way. Every chance they get, they're always pushing me away.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the 17th episode of Xwf Shockwave. Now, first things first, before we talk about the XWF, I just want to say what you think of my hoodie and my hat. I thought it looked pretty good. If you don't like it, tough. Last week, we had a great show, A-Bomb's debut match, and he injured Titus Valentine. We're going backstage now with Steve Connor. And Steve Connor says, I have something to say. He says, it's about that big, dumb waste of space called Big D. He's slagging off Big D, that's pretty dangerous. I wouldn't slag off Big D. And Steve Connor says, last week, when you cheap-shotted my good friend Mike Jacobs, it was because you knew he's a better wrestler than you one-on-one. And Steve Connor says, well, let me tell you something, Big D. I wouldn't be telling Big D stuff. He'll break your face. And Steve Connor says, after your pathetic behavior last week, I want a piece of you tonight as well. So find yourself a tag team partner, because I'll be in Mike Jacobs' corner tonight. So I will see you in the ring. So he's just challenged Big D. Steve Connor is going to be tagging with his tag team partner, Mike Jacobs. That should be a great match. We've got a wild card match tonight as well. Hork and Dave Cannibal Crater. We've got the Elimination Hardcore Tag Tournament Final, Polka Kings versus Pegasus. The winner will go to pay-per-view for the tag titles. And they will face the Hardcore Hate Crew, who are the current tag division champions. So, there's a lot on the line in that match. And then our main event for tonight will be Big D and a partner, he's going to have to find one, against the Masters of Wrestling, Mike Jacobs and Steve Connor. And later on in the evening, Dr. Karn will reveal the Crusade's competitors for Battle Lines. And the owner also has a top-secret contract signing. We got no idea what the contract signing's about. But, you wait till the end of the show, you're going to find out, because the owner's going to announce it. Either way, we're moving straight into the wild card match here. Hork making his way down to the ring. A fan favorite is Hork. He's achieved great success in a tag team division with the Birds of Prey tag team. That's him and Falcon. They're a great team. Probably the most popular tag team in the tag division in the XWF. They were long-time reigning tag division champions. They did lose the belts to the CWO, being Nightmare and Damage. They held their weight, They definitely held their weight against the CWO, and that's something to be proud of, because trust me, CWO, especially Nightmare and Damage, they're an amazing, amazing team. And it takes a lot to hold your weight against them. We got Dave the Cannibal Crater making his way down to the ring now. That's Hork's competitor for tonight in the wild card match. Dave Crater, he's one of the most technical wrestlers in the XWF. Trust me, he's got the mat skills, he's got the strikes, he's got the submission, he's got the powerhouse, he's got the speed. He has got everything. He's a total package. And I'll tell you why, and I've probably said this many times before, it's because he was hand-picked by Mike Jacobs and Steve Connor to become a student at their wrestling school, the Masters of Professional Wrestling School. Dave Prater has been training there for many years, and you will see a lot of moves him pulling out of the bag, which he has learned from the Masters of Professional Wrestling, Mike Jacobs and Steve Connor. Trust me, invaluable lessons you will learn from them guys who have, between them, well over 60, 70 years of professional wrestling history in the business. And we're kicking this wild card match off straight off. Hork using a nice heavy punch here to Dave Prater. And look at his winding back, smacked him straight in the face. Hork punches Dave Prater again, but Dave Prater blocks it and now throwing some of his own punches back. Much quicker and a spinning wheel kick to the forehead, knocking Hork off his feet. Dave Prater lifts him back up to his feet, and Dave Prater using arms and elbows and fists, an eye rake there, to really soften Hork up and break him out of this shell. And Dave Prater running Hurricane Rana there. Great move, plancher style, and it really was effective. This is what I love about Dave Prater. He's a heavyweight guy, but he's so fast and agile. He can do his Hurricane Runners, and then he'll back body slam you the next. You know what I mean? He's just crazy. And Hork here turned a headlock of his own, and now the high angle body slam there on Dave Prater. Great strength from Hork, going for the cover. That's one. And a kick out on one by Dave Prater. It's going to take more to keep Dave Prater down, Hork. Hork throwing some more of these heavy fists to soften Dave Prater up. And Hork goes for an elbow. Dave Prater uses his knee, floating over a nice textbook float over DDT there. Delivered with precision from Dave the Cannonball Prater. Dave Prater lifting Hork up. Great strength into a super atomic drop there. Lifting Hork again up to his feet. Dave Prater staying on. And Dave Prater jumps up a massive Hurricane Runner, slamming Hork down in the center of the ring. Dave Prater gives you no breathing space. Straight in. Look at this. Capture suplex, throwing Hork across the ring. Great strength from Dave Prater, and he goes for the cover. Could this be over? That's one, two, and a kick out on two there by Hork. Not enough to keep Hork down. It's going to take more than that. So Dave Prater picks Hork up, throws him into the corner. What's Dave Prater got in mind? Spins him around. A knife-edge chop right across the face. Absolutely vicious. And again, straight across the neck and upper chest area. Goes for another one, but Hork blocks it, and Hork throwing some punches back. Throwing in with his offense, these heavy right hands. A massive one, clubbing to the head, and Hork turning Dave Prater inside out. A nice textbook neck breaker there, dropping him on the back. Hork lifting Dave Prater up to his feet. And he puts him in a nice DDT, face first, smashing him onto the mat. Hork goes for the cover. Could this be over? That's one, two, and a kick out on two there by Dave Prater. Again, it's going to take more than that to keep Dave Prater down. Hork bouncing Dave Prater off the ropes, come back with a massive clothesline, taking Dave Prater's heads off his shoulders. He goes for another cover. That's one, two, and a kick out on two there by Dave Prater. Hork's going for these pins, because even if it doesn't take Dave Prater out, it takes a lot of strength in your body to kick out of a pin, and it's a great way to wear your opponent down. Hork taking control of this match now, bounces Dave Prater off the ropes, a massive jumping knee to the chin, knocking Dave Prater's teeth out. Dave Prater spins the arm round, turns into a Russian leg sweep of his own there. That's Dave Prater for you, finding any opening and utilizing it to turn the match back in his favor. Dave Prater lifting Hork up to his feet. Dave Prater's signature move, the tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, decimating Hork. Dave Prater's waking him up. He's setting him up for a crater kick. Hork doesn't know what's going to hit him. He turns around. Dave Prater, crater kick. He hits Hork right in the side of the head. But Hork is near the ropes, not available for a cover. Dave Prater pulls him away from the ropes, goes for the cover. This could be it, That is one, two, three. That's it. Dave Prater beats Hork here in the wild card match. Great athleticism from both these competitors. But tonight in the wild card match, Dave Prater comes out victorious. You got to give it to Hork. He put up a great fight. Bearing in mind, Hork is a tag team wrestler. He gave it a good match. And we're going backstage now. Yashi Auditori talking to the Poker Kings. And Yashi Auditori says, "Beings of this great earth, I am here with the Poker Kings." And he says, "Poker Kings, you are going against Pegasus tonight for a shot at the tag division titles. Now, what's your plan of action for tonight?" And Yashi gives the mic to Curtis Clubs. And Curtis Clubs says, "Let me just say, we have missed our shots at them tag division titles too many times now. But this time, it's different. Pegasus, you are going down tonight." Curtis Club seems very sure the Pegasus are going to be out eliminated tonight. Yashi Auditori says, Dominic Spade, is there anything you want to say? Dominic Spade says, Curtis here is correct. After tonight, Pegasus will be in our rear view mirror, and we will be full steam ahead towards the Hardcore Hate Crew at pay-per-view. And Dominic Spade says, enough talk. We have a match to win. And with that, the Poker Kings music kicks off, and they're making their way down to the ring now. Here we go. Curtis Club has put a jacket on. That was pretty quick. But, they're obviously ready for this match, and we're going to see if they can take on Pegasus, and we're going to see who's the better team tonight. And that team obviously will go to battle lines and go against the Hardcore Hate Crew for the tag division titles. So far I've been really impressed with the Hardcore Hate Crew's tournament. The Hardcore Elimination Tag Tournament. It's normal tag, normal rules. You gotta tag your partner in, but weapons are allowed. You still got the same rules. You still got pin. You still got submission. You still got rope break. The tag team partner still gotta stand on the apron. But, you can use weapons. That's a Hardcore Hate Crew invention for you. They just get an already made match, keep the rules, but put weapons in it. Either way, Pegasus now making their way down to the ring. Ryan Moore and Jamie Gregory. Last week they had a really great match, and they managed to get through, and they beat the Birds of Prey, which is great for their resume. Birds of Prey, one of the most favorite teams in the XWF today. We saw Hork earlier on take on Dave Crater. He did lose, but like I said, he put in a great effort for a singles match. The Birds of Prey are easily one of the greatest tag teams the XWF has ever seen, and Pegasus were the better team last week when they did beat them, and that's what put them through to this match. So, I'm really looking forward to seeing who wins out of these two. We're kicking off with Curtis Clubs and Jamie Gregory. It's the legal man and Jamie Gregory getting kicked in the chest, knocking him straight off his feet. Look at the strength in Curtis Clubs. Pegasus aren't exactly the biggest team in the XWF. If they give the Poker Kings the chance, the Poker Kings will absolutely manhandle these guys. Curtis Clubs puts him in the corner, tags in Dominic Spade already early on, going for the tag action here. Bouncing Jamie Gregory off the ropes. Manhattan drop there, and a massive big boot square in between the eyes by Dominic Spade. Going for the cover already. That's 1, 2, 3, and a kick out just before the 3. Early on, the Poker Kings really laying the offense on Pegasus. A nice combo of punches and a kick there from Dominic Spade, using a headlock. Jamie Gregory manages to use a bit of technical to turn it into his own move. Bounces Dominic Spade off the ropes, and off his ropes himself with a back elbow. Spinning back elbow, knocks Dominic Spade off his feet. A lot of strength in that elbow there from Jamie Gregory, the bigger of the two in Pegasus. Jamie Gregory picking Dominic Spade up with a Manhattan drop. A knee to the, lower section. A nice face stomp there from Jamie Gregory. Jamie Gregory picks Dominic Spade up, and this time throws him into Pegasus' corner. And Jamie Gregory tags in Ryan Moore. They bounce Dominic Spade off the ropes, and a massive double hip toss followed by a double elbow, and they flip themselves up. Great move from Pegasus, going for the cover. 1, 2, and Curtis Clubs comes in and breaks the pin. He doesn't want any lucky pin going through when so much is on the line. Curtis Clubs leave, and Ryan Moore with a European uppercut. Springboard off the rope, a body splash. Going for the cover. That's 1, 2, and again Curtis Clubs comes in and breaks the pin. Ryan Moore getting frustrated that Curtis Clubs keeps coming in the ring. But, he's not going to let it get to him. Oh, Dominic Spade turns it around. Brings him in a short arm clothesline. Massive force, knocking Ryan Moore off his feet. A clothesline there from Dominic Spade. Like I said, if the Poker Kings get the opportunity to really use their strength, they're going to totally dominate Pegasus. A massive hip toss. Great impact. You felt it ricketing through the spine of Ryan Moore. And now Dominic Spade throws him into the turnbuckle, grabs Ryan Moore around the head. Dominic Spade nails a neck breaker there. Great move. The Poker Kings are so vicious with their attacks. They will work down a single body part, and they will double team move you until you cannot move. And Dominic Spade throws Ryan Moore into the corner, goes for a body splash. Dominic Spade gets kicked in the jaw. Ryan Moore's going up to the top rope. What are we going to see here? On a stun, Dominic Spade, a hurricane runner off the top rope. Dominic Spade did not see that coming. Ryan Moore goes for the cover. Could this be over? That's 1. And a kick out just before the 2 by Dominic Spade. He's still got a lot of fight left in him. I don't think Ryan Moore realizes how much stamina the Poker Kings have. Ryan Moore tags in Jamie Gregory. Jamie goes to the second rope. Double X handle. Great double team move there. Softening up the arm. If they don't have a strong arm, they can't punch you. They can't throw you. Jamie Gregory, a power slam out of nowhere. That's not easy to do on a big guy like Dominic Spade. Jamie Gregory showing great strength off there. And Gregory's throwing a flurry of punches and elbows here. But Dominic Spade manages to block and retaliate. A combo of his own, a drop kick. Every single time he does that, it gets me, man. A guy his size doing a drop kick like that is so impressive, and a backbreaker there. I don't know how Dominic Spade, his drop kicks are better than some of the light heavyweight guys. Bouncing Jamie Gregory off the ropes and squaring him in between the eyes, leveling him. And now a DDT on the ankle and the leg. A vicious move from Dominic Spade. And Dominic Spade, he's going outside the ring. What are we going to see here? He's looking underneath. This is hardcore hate crew's rules. Everything's allowed. It's got a sledgehammer. Jamie Gregory takes it out his hands. The massive shot to the ribs by Jamie Gregory. He throws it out the ring. This could be it. He goes for the cover. That's 1, 2. A kick out just before the 3 by Dominic Spade. He dug down deep. He knows what's on the line. He knows a shot at the tag division titles is on the line. He would not let it pin him. He would not let the sledgehammer shot to the ribs finish him off. Jamie Gregory still working him down. Dominic Spade pushes him away with big strength. And Curtis Clubs manages to tag Dominic Spade in before Gregory can take control of the situation again. And Gregory working a headlock there, but Curtis Clubs drags him back in. Elbow to the back of the head. Curtis Clubs using an arm twist there, arm bar. And he whips Jamie Gregory, brings him back in a shoulder block, knocking him down to the mat. Great way to trick your opponent. Oh, look at this. Release German suplex. Shooting Jamie Gregory across the ring. The pain you must feel in your spine from the impact of that move is horrific. Oh, look at the strength in Curtis Clubs. Picking Jamie Gregory up like a ragdoll and slamming him down with a massive body slam. Curtis Clubs just using these elbows to club on the shoulders, really knocking the air out of Jamie Gregory. This match has gone backwards and forward, but the Poker Kings are once again in control. A strong whip into the corner. The strength here from Curtis Clubs, lifting Jamie Gregory up again. Look at the power. Running around the ring with him, a massive slam, a massive Oklahoma slam. That was an amazing move from Curtis Clubs, and what's Curtis Clubs got in plan? He's going outside the ring. We maybe see another weapon introduced. Curtis Clubs going, he's got a chair. Gregory's up. Oh, a corkscrew out the ring. A great move from Jamie Gregory, unexpected. No one saw that coming. A face crusher there, onto the chair. Jamie Gregory using the weapon to his advantage. He throws Curtis Clubs into that barrier. He's got the chair, a massive chair shot to the head. Curtis Clubs crumbles to the mat. That could be enough to finish him off. He rolls Curtis Clubs into the ring. Jamie Gregory, a massive elbow, guillotine over the apron. Gregory rolls in, goes for the cover. This could be it, That's 1, 2. On just before the 3, Dominic Spade came in and broke the pin. He wasn't about to lose this opportunity, and a massive fist to the face there by Jamie Gregory. A little guy, a strong punch. Gregory a stomp to the ribs. And a clothesline while he's down, and Ryan Moore backdropping Dominic Spade. How the hell did he do that? Jamie Gregory, man, Hudden dropped there on Curtis Clubs. Pegasus really controlling the Poker Kings. A stomp to the ribs and another flying clothesline on the mat there. Knocking Curtis Clubs out. Dominic Spade grabs Jamie Gregory. Look at the Poker Kings resorting to these cheap tactics. Curtis Clubs choking Jamie Gregory, and Dominic Spade says, we did nothing. Shoulder block. Another shoulder block there from Curtis Clubs. Gregory's up. Oh, and he blocks it. Gregory blocked the offense with a hip toss, a jumping hip toss. A great move. And Gregory throws Curtis Clubs into the corner, tags in Ryan Moore, just what he needed. Gregory's taking a beating. Ryan Moore's almost a fresh man again. Double hip toss. Great move. And Ryan Moore picking Curtis Clubs up to his feet. And Ryan Moore, signature super kick right in the jaw. Curtis Clubs is completely knocked out. Jamie Gregory knocks Dominic Spade off the apron. Ryan Moore for the cover. That's 1, 2, 3. That's it. Pegasus have done it. Pegasus go through to face the Hardcore Hate Crew at Battle Lines for the Tag Division Championship. Ryan Moore can't believe it. Jamie Gregory celebrating. The fans go wild for Pegasus. Congratulations to Pegasus. What an improvement in their in-ring ability we have seen over the last few matches. They beat the Birds of Prey, and now they beat the Poker Kings. That's a lot for your resume. Either way, let's move on. Next week on Aftershock, we have the debut of a new star, the Outlaw John Burroughs. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got. And we will also have the first ever Cut Your Teeth Challenge, which is open to other federations. Now, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this. It's the first time we've ever done it. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but we're going to find out. We're going backstage now with Johnny Kamikaze and Karn. And Kamikaze says, Karn, truthfully, things are looking bad, bro. With Titus out, we have 3 guys. The CWO have 5 guys. The matches are booked accordingly. Kamikaze says, I ain't scared of the CWO, but the odds are against us. And Karn says, I know, Kamikaze, I know. We need to sort this out or we're in trouble. And Kamikaze says, look, man, hear me out. That Junction kid from last week. I'm not going to talk about Junction, for God's sake. Kamikaze says, I haven't seen him in the ring. I don't know the guy, but he hates the CWO. We're running out of options here, Karn. He's throwing us a line. What are your thoughts? And Karn says, Junction's young and he's green. I respect him, but I don't think he's ready for this. I don't think he's ready for a match this big. And Kamikaze says, Karn, man, listen, this is it. At Battle Lines, we kill the CWO once and for all. We can't have our guys fighting multiple matches. The odds are already too stacked. Kamikaze says, listen, I've waged war, you've waged war against the CWO for 5 years, Doctor. 5 years. We didn't do it to lose. And Kamikaze says, the CWO are trying to make this their fight, Doctor. We gotta give the kid a chance. The Crusade are in trouble. They're worrying. The CWO are cool. They've got 5 members. The Crusade's down to 3. The owner damaged Nightmare backstage, and the owner says, I loved last week, guys. A-Bomb destroyed Titus Valentine, and it's made pay-per-view for us. That's true, it has. And the owner says, the Crusade are down to 3 men, and we have a strong team of 5 men. And the owner says, now Nightmare, if it does come down to a world title decider at Battle Lines, there is absolutely no way we can lose. And because of that, I have a stipulation to add to the match. And I will be announcing that stipulation tonight. I will also be having a contract signing for that stipulation. And I will need you and whoever the Crusade choose for the world title to sign. Nightmare says, well, what's the stipulation? And the owner says, Nightmare, I trust you, but we cannot lose this match. The stipulation, it isn't ideal, but it is 100% necessary to ensure that you make sure you win. What the hell is the owner talking about? What is this stipulation? And Nightmare says, well, I don't get it. What's the stipulation? And the owner just changes the subject, and he says, Damage, have you spoken to Drake and Havoc? Are you all set as a team for Battle Lines? And Damage says, Owner, listen, don't worry, it's sorted. I've spoken to them, and Team CWO is going to smash the Crusade at pay-per-view. I believe it. I 100% believe it. And now we're backstage, and Junction catching Dr. Karn as he's walking to the ring. And Junction says, Karn, are you going down to announce your choices for Battle Lines next? And Karn says, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And Junction says, listen, Karn, you're in a bad position. Please give me this chance. I want to help you. And Dr. Karn says, look, Junction, with all due respect, this isn't your battle. It's too much to go on your shoulders. A big match like that's too much for you. And Junction says, Karn, ever since I've been in the XWF, I've always played second fiddle. He says, I've put up with Bear's comments. Oh, shut up, Junction. And he says, I've held my weight against Big D and even put my brother Damage to a good battle at Rampage. The fans chant me every time I enter that ring. I've put so much into this career, Karn. You must know how it felt to need a big break. I'm good enough. I promise if you put me in your corner at Battle Lines, I won't let you down. And that's it. We've been cut off. So, we don't know if Carnes replied to him. We don't know if Carnes agreed to it. But I guess we're going to find out because Carnes making his way down to the ring now. Dr. Karn, the fans go absolutely crazy. I feel a bit sorry for Dr. Karn because up until now he's had a pretty good run. But now, he's led this crusade, him and Johnny Kamikaze, this crazy idea that they bring the crusade back and take the CWO out. And look, I'll tell you what, actually, I've had quite fun watching this battle unfold because it's been pretty good. But the thing you gotta remember is, Karn, it's too late. You can't beat the CWO. Do you know why? Because the CWO have Nightmare, Damage, Jacob Drake, Havoc, and A-Bomb. Who does the Crusade have? They have Dr. Karn, Soon Army, and Johnny Kamikaze. That's it. That's their team. 3 on 5. 5. 3. 3 on 5. It's pathetic. And the Crusade are never going to beat the CWO with 3 men. Look, if we've got a no-holds-barred title match, the survival match 3 on 3, and a world championship match, what are the Crusade going to do with 3 men? It's pathetic. Dr. Karn gets a mic and he says, first of all, I want to start off by saying CWO, you never change. Oh, shut up, Dr. Karn. And Karn says, you're still the same spineless coward bastards that you've always been. And Karn says, had Battle Lines been a fair fight, the Crusade would have smashed you. But despite being at a handicap, the Crusade will still win, mark my words. And Karn says, so now I'm going to announce the Crusade's competitors for Battle Lines. The fans go going crazy. And Karn says, Soon Army will challenge A-Bomb for the no-holds-barred title. Soon Army, you're in trouble. A-Bomb's going to kill you. And Karn says, our team for the survival match will be made up of Johnny Kamikaze as the leader and Junction. And if it does come down to both of them defeated, then me or Soon Army will step in on double duty as the third member. The Crusade are in trouble. You can't have third members at pay-per-view. And they've even added Junction to the match. This is hilarious. And Karn says, obviously that leaves me versus you, Nightmare. You have never defeated me, and you can't. Oh, shut up. Nightmare is better than you in every way, Dr. Karn, for God's sake. And Karn says, so you better hope the Crusade beat you before I take that belt from your mitts. And that's it. That's the Crusade's lineup for Battle Lines, It's pretty crap, in my opinion. You got a no-holds-barred championship on the line, Soon Army versus A-Bomb. And Soon Army's going to learn that there's always a bigger fish. And that bigger fish is A-Bomb. Then we've obviously got the survival match, 3 on 3, or should I say 2 on 3. Junction and Johnny Kamikaze versus Damage, Havoc, and Jacob Drake. And then if it comes down to it, the World Championship goes on the line when Nightmare and Dr. Karn once again square off. I'm looking forward to it, if it gets that far. You know what I'm saying? CWO are going to decimate the Crusade. Either way, we're kicking straight off with our main event for tonight. The Masters of Wrestling making their way down to the ring now. The fans are booing, I'll tell you, I'll be honest, Mike Jacobs, Steve Connor, cocky son of a bitches, but 2 of the best wrestlers on the face of this earth. Trust me, Mike Jacobs and Steve Connor, they have no weaknesses. They're good in the ring, they're good on the mat, they're good at aerial, they're good at technical, they're good at powerhouse, they are good at everything, and they're going to prove tonight why they're an amazing tag team. Trust me, Mike Jacobs and Steve Connor have had tag team belts in so many federations. I can't fault them as a team. Together they run the Masters of Wrestling School, but you have to be handpicked if you want to train there. Not anyone can train there. Dave the Cannibal Crater is the only active XWF superstar that does train at the Masters of Wrestling School. He was handpicked by Mike Jacobs and Steve Connor, and he is their apprentice. We saw him earlier on taking on Hork. Let's forget the limbo and stick back to the match. Big D making his way down to the ring. Big D, I'm scared of him. Everyone's scared of him. He's a crazy motherfucker. But the only thing which is actually keeping me sane right now is that in between where Big D is now and where I am is Mike Jacobs and Steve Connor, and he's going to want to rip their heads off much more than he's going to want to rip my head off. So, I feel pretty covered and pretty happy about that. The last couple of weeks we've seen some feud in between Big D and Mike Jacobs. It all started because Big D lost to Yoshiharu, the most embarrassing defeat of Big D's career. And Mike Jacobs went backstage to Big D after the match and said, "Look, man, you're big, but your brain's obviously not very big because you got rolled up pinned by Yoshiharu." And Big D was angry. He said, "Mike Jacobs, you better shut your mouth." And Mike Jacobs said, "If you want to shut my mouth, you can do me in the ring next week." And Big D didn't want to wait till next week. He just got Mike Jacobs' head and he put it through my car window, which I had to pay for. Pissed me off. And I ain't gonna argue. What the hell? Triple D is Big D's partner tonight. Where the hell did that come from? Did not expect that, ladies and gentlemen. The last time we saw Big D and Triple D in a ring together, they were feuding over the no-holds-barred title. Obviously, they put their differences aside. We haven't seen Triple D in a main event since, I don't know, since he went against Ken Tariff, maybe, in the Demolition Series? I don't know. Maybe there was a match later, or maybe later on in the Demolition Series. I think maybe Nightmare and Triple D was the main event. I'm not sure, but what I'm saying is we haven't seen Triple D in a main event for a long time. So maybe Big D said to him, "Look, Triple D, you want a main event? Let's go kick Mike Jacobs and Steve Connor's ass." And that's obviously what's happened. Big D and Triple D as a team. Now there's a team that I would be scared of if I was in the ring. Luckily I'm not. I'm just watching. I'm getting paid for it. But either way, Big D and Mike Jacobs starting off, staring each other down. Look at this. Mike Jacobs ain't scared. He throws the first punch. Big D throws a punch back. Mike Jacobs another punch. Look at this punch combo of Big D just chugging, but Mike Jacobs ain't having none of it. He's throwing punches back. Big D blocks it. I want a kick to the face by Big D, knocking Mike Jacobs off his feet. Big D lifts Mike Jacobs up, throws him into the corner. Big D throwing his body. Mike Jacobs moves. Great ring awareness. Big D flew into the turnbuckle, and Mike Jacobs pulls him out and rips his head off with a massive corner clothesline, putting all his weight into his body as he leaned forward to really apply the force. Obviously, you're going to need a lot of force to take the big man down. A nice Russian leg sweep there from Mike Jacobs. You know what? Mike Jacobs, he's not afraid of anyone. Trust me. Big D is a 7-foot monster who has dominated rings all across the world. Mike Jacobs, he walked up, he stared him down, he threw the first punch. Mike Jacobs ain't a scared man. Trust me, he will take on anyone. Look at the strength from Big D. Rib breaker there, dropping Mike Jacobs' ribs right onto Big D's knees. Absolutely horrific move. A couple more of them and not a lot of people are left standing. Mike Jacobs blocks Big D's punch and throws him back, and another one, and another one. Mike Jacobs, he'll brawl you just as hard as he'll wrestle you. Throws Big D into the corner. Mike Jacobs takes this moment to tag in Steve Connor. What do they got lined up? Steve Connor off the second rope. Elbow and backbreaker combo there from the Masters of Wrestling. Great tag team move. Steve Connor whips Big D off the ropes and a jumping leg lariat. Jumping that high. Steve Connor got his legs up to Big D's head and neck area. 7-foot jump from Steve Connor. Steve Connor, a nice jumping DDT there, slamming Big D face first into the mat. Enough to cause a concussion. Goes for the cover. That's 1, 2, and Big D kicks out exactly on the 2. It's going to take a bit more than that to keep Big D down. And Steve Connor going for a punch combo. Punching Big D in the ribs and using a side headlock here. Elbow to the forehead. Steve Connor completely in control of Big D here. Bounces Big D off the rope. Big D pulls in with a DDT of his own there. Big D, if I was you, I would have gone for a tag on Triple D, but Big D ain't going to take none of it and headbutt Steve Connor to the mat. Grabbing him by the leg, lifting his whole body up by his leg and slamming it down. The knee onto the mat. A great move from Big D. And he throws Steve Connor into his corner. And Big D tags Triple D in. What are we going to see here? Looks like some double team action. Lifts the arm. A massive shot to the ribs there from Triple D. Trust me, his punches are enough to cause bruises all over your body. And a massive backdrop there from Triple D. Great force. Triple D grabs Steve Connor. Bounces him off the ropes. Oh, spin around elbow there. Again, completely cleanly knocking Steve Connor off his feet. Triple D, a punch to the back of the head, grabs the arm of Steve Connor, uses an arm twist. Steve Connor kicks him in the ribs, throws a punch of his own, lower headlock, elbow to the back of the head. Steve Connor side headlock, elbow to the front of the head. And Steve Connor, an arm twist. Look at the technicality from Steve Connor, another arm twist, elbow to the back of the elbow. Steve Connor using his elbow to soften every part of Triple D's body. And he tags in Mike Jacobs. Oh, perfection! They're gonna nail it. Mike Jacobs off the rope. Perfection! They nailed it! The double team move. Great move, but Triple D straight back up to his feet as if it did nothing. A backdrop there from Mike Jacobs. You know, I've seen perfection, the double team move, finish many matches, and Triple D got up as if it did nothing. Nice belly to side slam there by Mike Jacobs, and he tags Steve Connor back in. If you've been in the business this long, you know it's all about keeping fresh, tagging your partner in often, and a body slam there from Steve Connor. He lifted Triple D up. I mean, you know, if you've been in the business this long, I guess you find methods of picking people up that are twice your size and making it look effortless like Steve Connor did. Off the rope goes Triple D, and a hip toss from Steve Connor. It's crazy when you lift a guy that big. It doesn't look possible. Steve Connor snap suplex there on Triple D. Really showing the professionalism of these guys. He goes for the cover. That's 1, 2, and Big D runs in and breaks the pin. Not about to let this match finish. Mike Jacobs takes Big D out of the scene. Triple D uses the moment to pick Steve Connor up. Look at Triple D. Look at the strength. Throw around flapjack, nailing Steve Connor right on his face. Horrific and a huge move there from Triple D, and this could be his moment to bring the match back in his favor. Pulled him in for a neckbreaker drop there. This is when Triple D's in his element, a clothesline. When he gets an opening, he will work that opening. And a punch to the face. That was an absolutely massive punch, and Triple D lifting Connor up in frenzy of punches to the chest, to the face, to the ribs, all over, and a strong left arm clothesline there. It wasn't enough to knock Connor on the floor. Corner clothesline. Triple D, that was enough to knock him on the floor. Triple D throws Steve Connor into the other corner, and the clothesline. Connor moves. It's perfectly set up. Look at that, Steve Connor, another snap suplex. You know, ring awareness, he moved. Triple D ran straight into that turnbuckle. And Steve Connor just using these flurry of snap suplexes, really knocking the air out of Triple D. Picks Triple D up to his feet. I thought he was going to go for another suplex, but a sit-down neck breaker. Great move from Steve Connor all over Triple D. And he rolls him over. Triple D pushes him away. Gets up. A massive clothesline from Triple D. Connor's on his feet. Another clothesline. Connor's on his feet again. Goes for a clothesline of his own. Power slam by Triple D. Massive move. And he picks Steve Connor up and throws Steve Connor over into his team's corner, tagging in Big D. What sort of double team move are we going to see from these two guys? Bounce him off the rope. A scissor sweep there from Triple D, and a massive elbow to the upper back by Big D. And Big D going for the cover. This could be it, you know. That's 1, 2, and a breakup by Mike Jacobs. You know, he wasn't about to let this match finish either. He doesn't want to lose, just like Big D doesn't want to lose. And he elbowed Big D in the face, and the ref said, Mike Jacobs, get out the ring, you're not the legal man. And a nice backdrop there from Steve Connor. Mike Jacobs making his way back around to his corner. Steve Connor going for a snap suplex, and Big D jumps over the top. And a neck breaker there from Big D. You know, not often you see an innovative reversal like that from Big D, but he did it. A running DDT from Big D, planting Steve Connor face first into the mat. Big D picking Connor up to his feet. Throws Connor into the turnbuckle and throws his whole body at Steve Connor. You know, it's enough to shatter your whole skeletal structure. Big D with a pump handle slam, crushing Steve Connor onto the mat. And he goes for the cover. Could this be it? That's 1, 2, and again Mike Jacobs comes in and breaks the pin. Mike Jacobs does not want this to end. Triple D grabs Mike Jacobs, stops him from doing anything, throws him into the corner. Big D with a massive rib breaker on Steve Connor. Picks him back up. Once Big D got in store, throws him. He ran into Triple D there. I'm not quite sure what was supposed to happen, but a backside slam there from Big D. And look at this. Connor's getting up. A knee to the head. A vicious move from Big D. Not the sort of move you'd like to have done on you. I certainly wouldn't like it done on me. Big D with a flurry of punches, now using a headlock on Steve Connor. Steve Connor turns the arm inside out into a headlock of his own. An Irish whip throws Big D into his corner and tags in Mike Jacobs. What they got in store? Oh, look at this. Steve Connor throws Mike Jacobs with all his force into Big D. A clothesline from Mike Jacobs. It's a great tag team move. You use the force of your partner to throw you into them. A massive clothesline, well, it was certainly enough to knock Big D off his feet. And there was a nice neck breaker there from Mike Jacobs, dragging Big D away. And once Mike Jacobs going up the top, possibly an elbow drop. Oh, look, Triple D just ran across the apron and punched Mike Jacobs off the turnbuckle. And Big D now just standing on the chest of Mike Jacobs. You know, Mike Jacobs didn't see Triple D coming along, and he pushed him off. You know, we possibly could have seen the end of the match if Mike Jacobs nailed one of his patented elbow drops, but Triple D saved Big D's skin there. Big D moving Mike Jacobs across the ring, goes for the cover. Is this over? That's 1, 2. A kick out there by Mike Jacobs is not enough. It's not enough. It's going to take more than that to keep him down, Big D. What else can you do? Big D throws Mike Jacobs into the corner. Club on the back there. Big D dragging Mike Jacobs out. Look at this. Throw him shoulder first into that ring post. Absolutely brutal. A side headlock there from Big D. Picking Mike Jacobs up like he weighs nothing. Look at the strength. He throws him across the ring. Absolutely horrific. Picking Mike Jacobs up to his feet. Punches him into the ropes. Look at this. Oh, and a slap to the chest, which knocks Mike Jacobs to the floor. Big D definitely getting the revenge on Mike Jacobs that he wanted. Picking him up like he weighs nothing and slamming him down on the mat. You know, that was great strength. And, oh, Steve Connor pulls Big D on the ropes. A backslide there from Mike Jacobs. I don't believe it. 1, 2, 3. It's over. A backslide. All because Steve Connor distracted Big D. Big D's not going to be a happy man that he got rolled up. You know, a cheap pin, a backslide, a schoolboy, whatever. All them sort of pins. Big D is not going to be happy, but the Masters of Professional Wrestling did win the match at the end of the day. And Big D's calling for a mic, and he says, Mike Jacobs, you pussy, you have to resort to a backslide pin. And Big D says, well, you know what? I've got an idea. Battle Lines is coming up, and I'm challenging you. You think you're a master of wrestling? I'm going to prove that training textbook shit don't mean nothing against a 7-foot monster. And Big D says, I'll see you in the ring at Battle Lines, you piece of shit. You know, Big D's angry, man. I'm scared of Big D, and he's challenged Mike Jacobs at Battle Lines. You know, that is a match which could be an absolute cult classic. And there it is. Big D, Mike the Viper Jacobs at Battle Lines. Either way, we got the owner now making his way down to the ring. I'm really intrigued what this is about. The owner, he said to Nightmare earlier on, well actually, let's go back. At the beginning of the show, when I was looking at what we got lined up, the owner, secret contract. That's what I told you guys at the start of the show, and I didn't really know what it was. Obviously it's secret, so of course I didn't know what it was. But what's made it more intriguing to me is that backstage earlier on tonight, when it was the owner, Nightmare, and Damage. The owner said, Nightmare, I've got a stipulation. So if this World Championship match at Battle Lines does happen, because we cannot lose, I've put a stipulation on, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you're going to sign for it later tonight. And this stipulation, it's not ideal, but it will make you make sure that you win. Now, I've got no idea what that's supposed to mean. You know, it's really intriguing to me. What could the stipulation be? What could this secret contract be that the owner's got up his sleeve that will make Nightmare make sure that he wins the match? You know, that sounds to me like he doesn't have much faith in Nightmare. Either way, the owner's got a mic, and he says, okay, first things first. Our next pay-per-view, Battle Lines, is coming up soon, as you know. Yep, just after Aftershock. One show of Aftershock, then pay-per-view. And the owner says, well, the fans have been posting about certain people on the roster that aren't in matches. Names such as Tobias Upson, Inferno, Triple D, and there's more. And the owner says, well, our dark match for Battle Lines will be a gauntlet to decide the number one contender for the internet title. And the owner says, if you want to know the rest of the competitors, you're going to have to watch, and then you find out who's involved. That's great, that sounds epic. And the owner says, now that that's out of the way, we need to talk about the title match, the Battle Lines. And the owner says, Nightmare and Dr. Karn, I'd like you to make your way down to the ring, and Nightmare's music kicks straight in, and, your world champion, Nightmare, wearing a Shockwave shirt. You know why? Because Nightmare cares about the XWF, and he advertises it with an XWF Shockwave shirt. He cares. Do you see Dr. Karn wearing a Shockwave shirt? No. I saw Dr. Karn wear an XWF shirt, back in show 6 or whatever. I don't know. I haven't seen him wear one lately. What I'm saying is, Nightmare cares more about the XWF than Dr. Karn ever will. The fans have no idea why they're booing him, because Nightmare's the world champion, the longest reigning champion, the best champion. Nightmare torn into the fans, and now Dr. Karn's music plays, and he makes his way down to the ring for the second time this evening. Got absolutely no idea why the fans love Dr. Karn. Don't get me wrong, look, he's a great wrestler. Yes, he's done a lot for the business. But, if you're always going to fight the CWO, you're always going to lose. And Dr. Karn thinks, because he and the Crusade beat the CWO in 2007, when the CWO were already weakened, that's a different kettle of fish, Doctor. Because now, the Crusade is weakened. And it's sort of like karma. Because the Crusade took out the CWO when they were men down. And now Battle Lines is coming up, and the Crusade are men down, and the CWO aren't. So, Dr. Karn, you made your bed, you can sleep in it. That's all I'm saying. You're going to find out how it feels to be cheap-shotted. Because that's what the Crusade did to the CWO. They took them on when they had less men. And now the Crusade have less men, and the CWO are going to make the most of that and exploit it. And I love it. Anyway, the fans cheering for Dr. Karn. I just want to find out what this contract's about, I really want to find out, and obviously, we're going to find out now because the owner is calling for a mic again. And the owner says, okay guys, chill it out, because Nightmare and Karn, they're staring each other down. And the owner says, you can resolve this at Battle Lines if it comes down to it. And the owner says, could one of the ring assistants bring me 2 chairs, a table, a pen, and the contract? What is the contract? So just give it a second, guys. Sorry, we've got the ring assistant just setting up a table now, setting up 2 chairs there. Nightmare sat down, Dr. Karn's sitting down, and the owner's just giving Nightmare the contract to read. Nightmare's looking at the contract, and he's signing it. Nightmare's read the contract, and he has signed it. He obviously is agreeing to whatever it says. Karn is reading the contract now, and Karn signs the dotted line. It's official. Whatever that contract is, it is official. And the owner says, both wrestlers have signed the contract. What is the contract? Tell us. And the owner says, it is official. If Battle Lines does come down to the world title match, the loser of the match will be fired. What the hell? The loser's gonna be fired? Oh my god! That's unexpected. Nightmare or Dr. Karn will be fired if it comes down to the World Championship match at Battle Lines. One of them will no longer be in the XWF. And the clause in that contract is, if you're fired, you can never join another wrestling federation. Oh my god!